Invest St. Lucia and Minister for Investment Dr. Ernest Hilaire have weighed in on the ongoing relocation of beach vendor Anne-Marie Farrell as development continues within the Reduit Beach area under the Isla Resorts project. At the center of the matter is Farrell, who has operated within the project footprint for several years. According to Senior Manager for Investments and Promotions at Invest St. Lucia, Alana Lancico, the relocation process has been a coordinated effort involving multiple state agencies, including the National Conservation Authority (NCA) and the Department of Crown Lands. Lancico explained that these entities have been working collaboratively to facilitate discussions with the vendor and ensure a smooth transition to a designated space within a newly developed beach park. She noted that the process has not been without challenges, but emphasized that continuous dialogue has taken place to accommodate Farrell's needs.
From inception, when Isla indicated that they wanted to do a development in St. Lucia after we had courted them, facilitated their entry to St. Lucia, we worked with them on the design of a beach park because we knew that Mary was operating from a location that they were interested in, and that location is actually on Crown Lands. But she had never formalized her engagement there with the Department of Crown Lands. In the design of that facility, there was a location that was earmarked for Mary. And then when we had discussion with her, because we did engage her through Crown and NCA, to tell her what our thoughts were and to show her the space when it was actually finished constructing. When she came to the space, she chose a space that we did not identify her for her, and she chose the space that she felt could best serve her business. In that sense, we then took it upon ourselves to make some changes to suit her specifically, and we agreed to do all of that for her.
During a recent news interview, Farrell noted that the deadline to vacate the current establishment had reached, but pleaded with Invest St. Lucia that she required more time to honor orders by customers before closing the doors of her almost 40-year-old structure. But according to Lancico, Farrell had been given extensions.
Through NCA and Crown, as I mentioned earlier, we've had long engagements with her. She was told by the Crown that she would have to relocate back in December. And then she was given further extensions this year through January and February. We're now the 20th of March.
Following the airing of such concerns on Tuesday and ahead of the budget presentation, Investment Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire shared that he had dialogues with Farrell, who to him expressed the content with the development.
I met with Marie last week. I mean, of course, Marie has been there for a long time, so she's fond of the place she had. But she was very content to be moving to her new quarters. She made suggestions as to some improvements she would want in terms of the new quarters. But, you know, she accepted that she has to move on.
Dismissing the outside noise as it pertains to the matter, Dr. Hilaire says the new facility is a much-needed step-up, which is not only convenient, but a matter of environmental health and safety.
I'm going to speak about it because, you know, when you hear people argue and defend that Marie should not be moved, can you imagine you have a facility that has no toilets, no running water, and yet people are saying it should stay as is? How can we encourage in 2026 to have a facility where somebody comes to the beach for the day and they need to go to a restroom, for you to have to tell your guests go in the bush? I mean, think about it as St. Lucians. This is 2026, for goodness sake. Somebody comes to eat their food that is cooked and there's no running water. There's no disposal facility for wastewater. None. And yet we're saying that we are world class and we're telling the whole world that they should come to St. Lucia. Of course, there are a few people who don't have a problem in being there. 20 years ago, that was acceptable. How do you tell guests who says they want to use your restroom and tell them go in the bush? There's no toilets. There's no running water. It just cannot continue that way at a time when we're trying to put on every beach toilet facilities, because we cannot have St. Lucians come and spend a day on the beach and having to go into the bush anymore. It just does not work anymore. We're trying to make sure that every lookout spot around the island will now have toilet facilities, because we just cannot have St. Lucians and visitors at a lookout spot and then have to go and use the bush.
Whilst he acknowledges the sentimental value of the older structure to the vendor, the investment minister underscored the importance of development.
Now, a lot of people saying they're not going to buy any food there, but they will argue for it to remain. And I can understand Marie. If I was in Marie Place, I would be a little, nostalgic about having had the place for that long and having to move on. But when we took her to the place, she saw what she was getting. She was very happy. And she made certain requests that she wants, and she will get it as well. So I think it's for the betterment. We must upgrade our country. We must upgrade what we offer.
Investor in Lucia anticipates that the new beach park will be opened by the end of May 2026, creating a better and more sustainable environment for vendors. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Jasmine Duncan.